So before we get into the video, I just wanted to remind you guys to pop on over to my Etsy shop. It would be greatly appreciated if you guys checked it out, maybe liked a few items. I have finished crochet pieces in there, some crochet patterns that I've designed, as well as handmade soaps, some beaded bracelets, just, lots of little things that could be, used for gifts, whatnot. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps to support the channel as well as my medical costs. So yeah, if you guys could do that for me, thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is my parrot. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review on Lion Brand Yarns A Star Is Born Nap Time. This is what the label looks like. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to say this stuff is crazy soft. Most polyester yarns are, though. This stuff is 100% polyester. There are 306 yards in each ball. The recommended crochet hook is a 5mm, and the recommended knitting needle is a 4mm, and it is categorized as a medium weight 4, but I would call it more of a 3. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. I think they suggested it's a 4 because it is kind of a fuzzier yarn. It's got that Chanel or chenille thing going on. Is it chenille or Chanel? I always ask that question. The colorway that I have here is called Pale Aqua. It says machine wash, lay flat to dry. I used this last year around Christmas time to make a hippo that I sent to my friend Sarah Nicole. I'll put her channel in the description box. Now, I had initially thought that this yarn was discontinued. Turns out it's not. It's still available on the Lion Brand website for $6.99 a ball. It is only available in 6 different colors, though. They are some pretty colors. The other color that I have right in front of me that I'm working with is their navy color. This particular color they are sold out of. I am actually using these 2 colors to make a spider. So I have worked with it just a little bit. So far I've only made a couple of spider legs. Just a couple of these. I think I have 5 of them made so far, so I've got 3 more to make. I will say this stuff is very, very soft, and you can use it to make amigurumi. I'm managing to work it up into amigurumi, but it does shed. Now, to do the magic rings, I'm actually having to use a technique that I actually did make a tutorial on, and I will put the link up here, but basically it's making a magic ring with a different yarn that won't shed, and then putting your single crochets into that ring so that it can be tightened up without shedding everywhere, so that the yarn doesn't break. This stuff is pretty thin, so I mean if you pull on it too hard, it's gonna break. Let me see if I can pull some of this off. You can see the only thing that's holding it together is that thin little thread there, and it shreds, you know, it sheds pretty well if your stitches are too tight. But if you're wanting to, you know, try a new yarn for maybe a blanket, a baby blanket, or if you want to, if you're looking for a thinner weight Chanel yarn, this will work. Like I said, you just have to kind of find a technique to be able to do those magic rings, or you can do like the chain 4 and then slip stitch to make your innermost ring. When you're working with the amigurumi, or when you're making amigurumi with it, I really like it so far. I haven't tried sewing any pieces together yet, so I don't know how well it's going to sew. But and you know, I use a needle threader to thread my yarn into the tapestry needles. Because it's fuzzy, I assume it's probably not going to thread very well onto a needle. But I'm going to finish working up this spider, and you guys will get to see the finished project, and I will let you know my final thoughts on this yarn. It's so far, as far as I can tell, it's a really nice yarn. Now, I would even go so far as to say that it's worth the $6.99 that they're asking. You get a good amount of yardage. It's very soft. But yeah, let me finish my spider, and you guys can, I'll show you guys, and you guys can hear my final thoughts on this particular yarn. Alright guys, I'm back, and I have finished my little spider. Here he is. So, working with this yarn as far as amigurumi goes, I would say if you're new to crochet or new to amigurumi, this is probably not the best yarn to pick, because it does shed. And this was a no-sew pattern, but I did have to, you know, sew his little bum closed. Now doing that, I did notice that the pieces of fuzz were starting to catch, and it didn't want to sew, so I was having to try to sew very loosely. I had to pay very close attention that it didn't turn into a mess, because it was catching on the loops that I was trying to sew together. So I would not advise the nap time for somebody who is not already experienced with amigurumi, because even as far as Chanel yarns go, this one was a little bit difficult to sew with. I am pretty pleased, though, with how my little spider turned out. What do you guys think? You should let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this little guy. He's going to go find his new home at Scream Hollow. But anyways, I think overall it's a great yarn. Just maybe not for an inexperienced amigurumi maker. Very soft. This guy, I'm sure, is going to sell pretty quickly. You know, machine washable, lay flat to dry, that kind of thing. I think it's quite a good yarn. Now I will say, like I said earlier, there is 6 different colors. They have it in white, pink, purple. Actually, the purple is called lilac, and a pale gray color. The 2 that I have are the pale aqua and the navy. So, yeah, I mean, It changed colors just fine, you can see, although I'm going to have to kind of adjust this pattern a little bit because you can see the color changes are along this side of the spider. I think I am going to move them underneath, but it did change colors just fine. I just carried them over. Once I had the new color attached, I just carried it up to the next row rather than, you know, cutting it and tying it and all of that. I just carried it up or carried it along, however you want to call it. So yeah, that's my yarn review on Lion Brand's Once Upon a Time. I think it's Once Upon a Time? No, it's Lion Brand Yarns A Star Is Born Nap Time. Sorry, I don't know where Once Upon a Time came from. Anyways, guys, it's super late for me, so I am going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys in my next video, whichever one that may be. Bye.